Eco Radio.
Radical Radio Collective.
Good afternoon, Grubs. You're listening to 4ZZZ 102.1 FM. This is Eco Radio, Australia's longest running peace and environment radio show.
Maybe.
There you are, Zack.
Oh, there we go.
We are taking over your middle of the day, middle of the week, middle of the month airwaves, almost spot on. Depending on how many days October has. My name is Dave. My pronouns are he, him.
My name is Zack. My pronouns are he, they.
And I want to start off by acknowledging and paying my respects to the custodians on the country in which we broadcast. We're located in the city Mangangin on Turrbal, Yagara and Yugambeh land. I also want to acknowledge and pay my respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are listening in today. Our radio waves reach Cubby Cubby and Yidinbarra country in the north, Waka Waka country in the west. In the east, we pay our respects to the Quanamooka people, and down south we reach the Commonwealth, Ngararawal, Mununjali, Wandjeribarra, Yugambeh and Bunjalung countries. There is no Crown land. Thank you to No Idea for all the fantastic ideas. I was guessing that the longest running computer was at CERN, maybe. But no, that's pretty cool that it's still up in space, plodding along.
I don't have much else to add here.
Okay. Well, I've got something to add. Today on the show, we are talking to Amanda Philp. She is a marine biologist and assistant general manager at the Australian Seabird and Turtle Rescue. She is also a Churchill Fellow, studying a tumour-causing disease in green sea turtles. So if you are interested in that, keep your dials tuned into 4ZZZ. This is 50 years in your grubby ears.
Yeah, so if you want to, I guess, look at what the turtles look like that are suffering from this disease, that gives a pretty good indication on the severity of it, because they are very nasty pictures.
Yeah, they're really bad.
And I suppose a big, I don't know, not safe for work, possibly, with it. So yeah, just keep an eye out on that one.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But we're going to be talking to Amanda Philp about that. Let's go to a song now. Zack, you've chosen Viagra Boys with Dirty Boys.
Yeah, I like the Viagra Boys.
Is this because you went camping on the weekend?
No,
last week?
I just like the Viagra Boys. I've been going back through some of the older stuff. I think that was from a more recent album, so one that came out this year. But yeah, more people should listen to the Viagra Boys. Yeah, well, Dirty Boys is the track, and that's going out to all the grubs out there. You're listening to 4ZZZ. This is Eco Radio.
Nothing But the Blues was present at the birth of 4ZZZ, and we're proud to celebrate 50 years with all our friends and followers. Join our big blues party at Morrison Hotel on Friday 17th of October from 6 p.m. 4 hours of live local blues with performances from Leah and the Bad Choices, Shade Haiti, Dan and Junior Jew Craig Claxton, plus Nothing But the Blues host Jules, and special guests. Tickets on the door are $20 and just $15 for subscribers, or phone Morrison Hotel. Nothing but 50 years of the blues on 4ZZZ.
We just heard then from the Viagra Boys with Dirty Boys, and after that was Mufasa with Sea Turtle. That is going into our interview with Amanda Philp. Amanda, thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you.
Amanda is a marine biologist and an assistant general manager at the Australian Seabird Turtle Rescue. She is also a Churchill Fellow studying a tumour-causing disease in green sea turtles. Amanda, I'm going to try and pronounce the disease. It's fibropapillomatosis.
Not quite there. So
okay.
It's fibropapillomatosis.
Fibropapillomatosis.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us what this is?
Yeah, so it is a viral tumour disease, and what happens to the turtles is they get these cauliflower-like growths, which will grow sort of around their eyes and on their skin, and then it can also be internally as well, although we generally don't see that here, which is probably a good thing for the turtles. But yeah, and then it causes issues where they're not able to see and swim and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the pictures of these tumours on the turtles are like pretty disturbing. What causes this disease?
So it is a herpes virus that sits within the turtle, and then we find that it can. So it's generally we see it in that juvenile stage, and then it can be triggered by, say, a marine leech, so through blood being transferred, or then environmental factors such as your pollutions in your water and various things that can then trigger that disease.
Yeah. Do we know what specific pollutants or pesticides or chemicals are contributing to this?
Not at this stage. I mean, there's lots of studies going on. Even one of my studies that I'm doing is looking at pesticides and toxic metals in our waters at the moment. So maybe able to link that in a bit later down the track. But yeah, not exactly sure which ones.
Okay. How are the chemicals getting into the water? Is it runoff into our creek systems?
I believe so, yeah. So those runoffs and, just other ways that all that water leads out into our oceans. We generally don't know where it's exactly coming from, but you would think those runoffs.
Okay. And what can be done to help the turtles? What are the ways to help them recover?
From the disease?
From the disease, yeah.
It's generally in Australia it is common practice that we actually just euthanize the turtle, and that's why I'm looking at this fellowship to go overseas, because they actually treat them over there. So the way that they're doing it is by removing these tumours and then hoping that they don't grow back. There is the chance that it does. But yeah, just being able to give them that second chance rather than just going straight to that euthanasia.
Yeah, okay. Why does the disease only show up in turtles? Is it seen in other animals, sea animals like dugongs or anything?
I don't think so. I think it is just, within turtles. But yeah, I'm not sure, sorry.
No, that's all right. You have been a marine biologist for a while now. What got you started into caring for the ocean?
So basically from a young age, just growing up around the ocean. So I've always had that love for being near the water. And then, just over time, I didn't go straight into it. I just went into normal work and doing life, and then realised I could go into study. And then basically since then, did my degree. And I really didn't know where I was going to go with it. I knew I kind of wanted to do something with animals, and then obviously incorporate the marine biology side. And then I did my internship with Australian Seabird Turtle Rescue. And then I've sort of pretty much haven't left.
Yeah, right. Well, can you tell us a bit about the Australian Seabird and Turtle Rescue? What is the organisation? What does it do? Where is it based?
Yep. So we rescue and rehabilitate sick and injured sea turtles, seabirds, shorebirds and sea snakes. And we are based in Ballina, so on the north coast. And we rescue basically from the Tweed down to Wooleye. So it's quite a large area. But yeah, we get these animals in and treat them and then hopefully get them back out. Yeah.
I've seen on your social media that you've released a few sea snakes recently.
Yes, so they can be a little bit tricky. But yeah, sometimes with them we see that they're maybe like more so broken spines and, damage to their ribs. They can get other diseases as well. But a lot of the times it can be what we think is they get pulled up on the trawlers and might get thrown back over the boats. And so they'll come in with the larger swells, which is when we see those increases in numbers. But yeah, getting them back out's always nice.
Yeah. Why are sea snakes different than land snakes, I guess you'd call them?
Oh, yeah, good question. I mean, they're a pelagic species, so they're just a marine species that are out there, so they actually don't come onto land at all. But yeah, there's still a lot to learn about them.
Yeah, I find them quite fascinating. The first time I went to sea, a sea snake just popped up. We were in the middle of the ocean, no land around for miles and miles and miles, and just a sea snake out there. I find them quite interesting.
Good for the ecosystem. So they all play their part, obviously, highly venomous. So, we've got to be careful with them. But generally, they're not known to be aggressive. They're more curious than they are. So they're quite misunderstood. And there are quite a lot of species out there. And as I say to people when they come in tours, like, always keep swimming. You're probably never going to come across one, but they are there.
Yeah. What are some of the species that you are most excited about working with at the Australian Seabird and Turtle Rescue? Are you a big turtle fan? Is that the number one?
Yeah, love the turtles. Yeah. So we generally get here our greens, loggerheads, and our hawksbills. Mm-hmm. So they're the three species that come in majority of the time. Birds, we get plenty. Pelicans are probably one of our bigger ones. And then seagulls, we're due for shearwaters at any time. So they'll come in, and then obviously our sea snakes that we can get a variety of different ones. Yeah.
What are the biggest threats to sea life that you know of?
Our biggest thing is probably with the seabirds would be entanglements, fishing-related injuries. We're seeing plenty of them. We rescued one yesterday that was entangled. It also had damage to its legs, and there was one standing right next to it that had another entanglement. But we had to obviously prioritise the most critical. But yeah, plenty of birds that we see with entanglements. Sea turtles, generally we see, I get microplastics within the babies, not so much the juveniles, but we definitely do still come across it. But then they can get like a spororchid fluke that causes damage. It's a blood fluke that parasites, basically.
Oh, right.
So they get parasites. We treat them for that. So then they get this floating syndrome where they're buoyant. But generally that's secondary to, a lung, pneumonia, collapsed lungs. There's a lot of things these guys put up with. Yeah.
It seems like they're getting it from all directions.
They are, yeah.
Including light. I understand that light pollution is a big problem for sea turtles.
Definitely for our nesting turtles, yeah. So they will, once they come out of their nest, they're generally looking for the moon, which is when they'll start to travel to the lights that are around them.
Yeah. I also understand that because the environment is getting warmer and sea turtles decide their gender based on the warmth of the nest, is that becoming more of an issue? Are we seeing more female sea turtles being born than males?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. So those warmer temperatures now are creating more of a female population. So we actually monitor our nest here in New South Wales as well. So ours are kind of that more critical because they are the males that are coming out, which we want to get them back out to help, work out that population because we want that balance. But there's lots of studies going on to, figure out a way that we can keep that in balance.
Yeah. Okay, where can people learn more about what you do and help you out with the work that you do?
Yeah, so they can obviously contact us if they've ever got any information at our main email, but we've got our website too, seabirdrescue.org.au, or is it .com.au? Sorry, I could be wrong on which one.
That's all right.
And then obviously our social medias as well, so we've got Facebook, Instagram, which anyone is, more than happy to reach out to us.
Yeah. Okay, thanks very much, Amanda, for joining us.
No, not a problem at all.
That was Amanda Philp, a marine biologist and assistant general manager at the Australian Seabird and Turtle Rescue. Amanda is also a Churchill Fellow studying a tumour-causing disease in green sea turtles. Let's go to a song now. This one is Yeerongpilly with Yeerongpilly, the dugong. You're listening to 4ZZZ. This is Eco Radio.
Thank you to Julia, who recently subscribed for the first time. Thanks, Julia. Feels like the first time. Yeah. Feels like the first time. Feels like the first. Was that good?
You're listening to Eco Radio, the radio of the future.
You are listening to Eco Radio, the radio of the future. Thank you, small child.
Great work. We're back at it. This is Eco Radio. You're on 4ZZZ.
102.1 FM.
Nice. We finished each other's...
I was hoping that you were going to say the 102.1 FM afterwards.
And then you could finish it with me?
Yeah, we'd do it together. It's just so we've got that level of sync going on.
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep you on your toes, Zach.
Fair enough. To be fair, I also blew it when you said we finish each other, and then I just kept talking about what I was talking about.
Yeah, maybe we're not as in sync as we want to be.
Hey, we can do the small child one after like 20 goes or something like that.
Yeah.
We got there eventually. We just need to keep working on it. Eventually we'll be like the you've seen Evangelion. You know, they've got like the robots that sync up and that really...
Yeah, right.
We'll be like that at some point, maybe after multiple lifetimes. But
we just got to keep practicing.
Yeah.
All right. Starting off that bracket of songs, we had Yeerinda with Yeeringpilly. That's the Dugong song. Yeerinda is a band that Fred Leone made with Samuel Pankhurst. Beautiful, beautiful music. They've broken up now, I think, but... to catch them live was it was pretty magical. And after that was Jim White with I Don't Do / Grand Central. Jim White from the Dirty Three is doing all his solo projects, and I really fancy that type of stuff. So we are 4ZZZ Eco Radio. If you like what we've been doing, just recently we talked to Amanda Philp from the Australian Seabird Turtle Rescue, then you can become a subscriber. You can become part of the family. You can even become part of the Eco Radio family. All you have to do is go to 4zzz.org.au and subscribe. Then you need to volunteer. And then, you can come on the radio and we'll talk about environmental stuff.
Maybe. I do like gatekeeping.
Do you?
Yeah, I've pulled the ladder up from underneath me. Right. No one else can come on the show now.
Okay. The doors are locked in here. I've been here this whole time. Well, this October, if you become a subscriber, you can also go in the running to win a spectacular prize pack from Berserk. This Halloween, Berserk are treating one lucky 4ZZZ subscriber to a spectacular prize pack valued at over $500. It's going to be packed with kooky and creepy goodies.
Mm-hmm. So if you like your gothic or alternative kind of clothing, be a good one to enter and potentially win. But if not, Berserk, cool place to go and get some of those items anyway.
Fishnet gloves or whatever people wear.
I'd feel extra sexy if I was wearing fishnet gloves. Even though we did talk about how fishnets are bad for the environment without
that's true. Don't put your fishnet gloves in the ocean.
Don't do that. But also at the same time, I saw Brad. He got tangled up in his fishing net one day, and I just thought he was looking extra sexy. That's how they came up with fishnets as a clothing item.
Is it?
I don't know. I was just some 50-year-old fisherman who was like,
it's just
I'm really feeling myself in these clothes. Yeah.
Well, there's another great reason to become a 4ZZZ subscriber, apart from being allowed to then volunteer or then being allowed to join the announcers. You can also get early access or discounted tickets to all the fantastic 4ZZZ gigs and events happening across the city. This city that was once Pig City, but is now Gig City. The big one is coming up at the end of the month now. I think it's October 25th. Yeah. That's the Z50 show happening in the Roma Street Parklands. Some of the bands, it's a phenomenal lineup. And even people that I've talked to who don't listen to 4ZZZ are still like, this gig is amazing. This is like the ultimate Brisbane gig. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at the Saints, 73 to 78, Regurgitator, Full Flower Moon Band, Butterfingers. I mean, the blankettes. I'm really looking forward to this. So that gig's coming up at the end of the month. So get in. If you're a subscriber, you got cheaper tickets. I think it's about $130. It's going to be a great gig. It's a great year for gigs, and you're always going to have a great time if you're a subscriber of 4ZZZ, because we give you a warm inner glow.
Yeah, so head over to 4ZZZ.org.au/support. You can subscribe for as little as $25, whether that be for a pet or under 18-year-old, or if you are quite passionate about 4ZZZ and the gigs that it helps organise in the first place, you can subscribe for $140. That is for a full year, and with that you get a cool t-shirt and tote bag as well. And if you really wanted, Dave and I'm sure we would slave away over the crochet and do some crocheting, and we would make a little shirt and tote bag if you had a animal that was quite passionate about 4ZZZ as well.
I'd have to learn how to crochet first, but I don't mind.
I've spent like 30 minutes doing crocheting before. I'm sure I could pull it off.
Yeah, that's as small as frogs, as small as toads, to as big as...
I would do one for a worm.
A worm?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be very easy to craft like a scarf for a worm.
Well, you might be pushing a leg that's quite small.
Yeah.
How big are we willing to go?
Ooh.
Cassowary?
No,
Crocodile.
That's a bird. I don't respect that.
You don't respect the bird? Oh my God.
Crocodile I would go with.
Crocodile?
Yeah.
Well, last week we talked to Amanda French from Croc, a crocodile advocacy group, and we were talking about a 4.5 metre long croc.
Oh, jeez.
Called Old Faithful.
I don't think Bob Cattle would like the existence of that group.
I don't think, no, I don't, yeah, well, F that dude. You're listening to 4ZZZ, this is Eco Radio.
You're listening to Eco Radio on 4ZZZ 102.1 FM. Everything's connected.
Everything is connected.
We've finished up for all of the content, except for a little segment we like to call the Bushcare Roundup. This is a segment where each week we collate some of the environmental and peace volunteering events or workshops or bushcare that you can get involved in and around southeast Queensland. It starts off with a little track I like to call the Bushcare Roundup.
It's a Bushcare Roundup. They've been pulling out weeds and then they put in trees. It's the Bushcare Roundup.
Well, starting off on Saturday the 18th at 3 o'clock, Arnwood Place Bushcare Group Working Bee is happening. That is 121 Waterton Street in Annerley.
On Sunday the 19th at 7am there is the October Working Bee, and that one is at Whites Hill Reserve in Camp Hill. At 7:30 there is the Harman's Reserve Working Bee, and that one is in Harman's Park in Manly. At 8am there is the Roseglen Street Working Bee, that one Roseglen Street in Greenslopes. Then at 9am there's the Oxley Creek Paddle Against Plastic, and that one is at the Kendall Street Canoe Ramp in Oxley. With that one you can either bring along your own kayak, or I believe they do offer some kayaks that you can purchase for the day sort of thing.
Yeah, you have to register so they know how many people need kayaks and how many people need canoes and stuff. But look up Oxley Creek Paddle Against Plastic. I believe it's run by Ocean Crusaders.
That'll be a fun one if you did go along to it. Nothing like doing a little paddle up a creek somewhere.
Yeah, it's nice to paddle up the creek, but it's nicer to get rid of that rubbish.
And then at 2pm there is a Bushcare and Beer at the Oxley Creek Common in Rocklea. Potentially you could even do the paddle against plastic and then do some bushcare and get some beer afterwards.
Yeah, that would actually be a really good combo. a full day of helping out the creek, Oxley Creek.
And then at 4 p.m. there is the Moolabin Rewilding, and that one is at the Moorooka Lions Bicentennial Picnic Ground in Yeerongpilly.
Happening on Tuesday the 21st at 8:30 a.m. You can go to the Dunn Road Bushcare Working Bee. That's 159 Dunn Road in Rocklea. And that's all we've got planned. I did ask Kate, our wonderful librarian here at 4ZZZ, who goes through amazing effort to collate and collect and digitise all of the 4ZZZ historical music. I asked her, can you give me a song that's historically 4ZZZ? And Kate said, I've got you. She brought me Mystery of Six's song, Black Band. And this song actually has quite an interesting history. Mystery of Six wrote a song called, what was it? Azaria, which was about the Azaria Chamberlain case. But that song was banned by the Queensland government because the case was still ongoing, and it was thought that it would prejudice the case. But 4ZZZ didn't ban it until there was some equipment that was stolen, and the fingers were pointed towards this band, Mystery of Sixes. And so then 4ZZZ did ban the song, Azaria, but for a different reason than the Queensland government. It was then found out that Mystery of Sixes was completely innocent. And so to apologise, 4ZZZ made a special point of playing Mystery of Sixes songs. And to sum it all up, Mystery of Sixes wrote a song about being banned by 4ZZZ. And this is the song that they wrote. It's called Black Band. It's by Mystery of Sixes. And a big thank you to Kate for bringing this to my attention. I just love to play some historically important 4ZZZ songs in our 50 years. So get this in your ears. This is Black Band by Mystery of Sixes.
For your dose of news, current affairs, and analysis, tune in to 4ZZZ 102.1 FM, 12 to 1 p.m. daily. Only Human, Eco Radio, Paradigm Shift, Megahertz, and Brisbane Line, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday. 4ZZZ 102.1 FM, people-powered radio.